All right, this is a video on using manipulatives, sticks and dots, and traditional method to solve adding and subtracting of 3 digits. So this is Common Core Standard 2 NBT7. All right, so here's the first problem. All right, so this is an addition problem, and I'm going to use base 10 blocks in order to solve this problem. So this block is worth 100 because there's 100 squares here. This is worth 10 because there's 10 squares here, and this is worth 1 because there's 1 square. So I'm going to make the first number 100, so 170, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to double check because I usually do this wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 178 here. Now with this problem, it's adding, and it says they want me to add to that number 178 to 233. So down below here, I try to keep these separate. I'm going to do 230 and 3. So the reason why I keep it separate is so I see that I have 2 different numbers, one here and one here. Now, when you're doing this, you always want to start in the ones place. So we're going to start in the ones place because we might need to regroup. Now, to let you know a little bit about the houses is the ones house only has, I like to say, only has 9 beds. So if there's more than 9, then the family has to regroup and go to the next house, okay? Now this next house has 9 beds too. Now if there are more than 9 here, you also have to regroup and go to the hundreds, okay? So there's 9 beds in each house, and if there's not enough room, you have to move. So let's see if we have to move out of the ones house. So we have, and now that I've made my numbers, I'm going to combine them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, I can't have 11 in this house. I only can have up to 9, so I'm going to regroup. This is a tens house, which means I need to regroup 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to take these 10 and trade it for 1 10 that's glued together like this, because this is a tens house, okay? Because ones can't be here unless they change form. Right, so I'm done with the ones house. Now I'm going to go to the tens house, so I'm going to add these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, I can't have that many in this place. I only can have up to 9, and this is 11, so I have to regroup and make 100. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm going to trade these 10 tens and trade it for 100 and put it here. And now I can see, remember I can have up to 9 here. So I'm going to count how many hundreds I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 hundreds here. So now I've basically just changed this number. I've regrouped it so it's nice and orderly. And my answer here is 400. So it's 400, 4 hundreds, 110, and 1 1. So that's the way I would solve this problem if I had base 10 blocks. But let's say you don't have these nice manipulatives at your house. So let's try to do this same method, but with what you would have at home. So let's say you don't have that nice drawing, you just want to solve this problem, and you don't have any base 10 blocks. So what we're going to do now is called sticks and dots. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is make my place value chart. because it always makes it a lot easier to solve the problems. Ones, tens, hundreds. And it also makes it easier when you get older because you'll understand what the place value chart means and you'll be able to do other cool things with it. All right, so my first number is 178. Well, I don't have one of these, but I can draw something that looks just like it. So I'm going to draw 100 as what I call a flat. So that would be 100. So I'm just drawing it as a square. Now I need 7 of these, but I don't have 7 of these. But these to me look like sticks. So what I'm going to do is just draw 7 sticks. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sticks. So those kind of look like that. And for the ones, now this right here, if I draw it, I don't want it to look like 100. I want it to look smaller. So I'm just going to use dots, say sticks and dots. That's why I call it this. So it says I have 8 of these. So I'm going to draw 8 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got my first number here, 178 drawn. Now I want to draw my second number, which is 233, and I'm going to try to keep it separate so I can just see everything. It looks prettier. So, because sometimes I draw the wrong number of things. So here I'm going to draw 200, so 2 flats. And then I'm going to draw 3 tens, so 3 sticks. And then I'm going to draw 3 ones or 3 dots. And now I'm just going to draw this line here. It's so neat, isn't it? I just want to add these two together. So I've kind of converted this into a beautiful picture. And remember, I always start with my ones, because in the ones house, we only can have up to 9 of each thing. So this ones house only can have 9 dots. This only can have up to 9 sticks. And this only can have up to 9 flats. So here we go, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow, well that's too many. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross out, actually I'm going to draw. So I'm going to do all this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to take this and just put it over here. And I'm going to draw a 10. So this is going to go away. Some people like to draw this so it looks like a stick. I just want to cross it out. So I'm done with that. So now I've done the ones house. I know I'm only left with 1, 1. So I'll put a 1 there. Okay. Now I'm going to count up the tens house. Remember, I only can have 9 in here. Let me check how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's weird. I have 11 again. So remember, I'm going to need to make 100, and that would be 10 tens. So what I'm going to have to do is regroup again. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to take 7 of these, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these, and I'm going to turn them into a flat, 100. So I just got rid of these. I'm just double checking because sometimes my picture, it's not good. So now I know I'm left, that's weird, I'm left with 110. So I'm going to draw a stick and the number 1. Okay. And then here, I'm just going to go and count my hundreds. And hopefully there's not more than 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4. So there's 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get the number 4. So 178 plus 233 again is 411. And I didn't need to have this, and my drawing is kind of cool. I like how it turned out almost better because I have a representation of the manipulatives. Now, let's say now, after this, you want to try doing this the traditional way. Well, even when I do it the traditional way, I like to make a place value chart because it's kind of fun. I draw ones, tens, hundreds, But instead of drawing a picture this time, I'm just only going to put in the digits. So I have my first number, which is 178. And now I have to represent my second number, which is 233. So now I'm just going to do this using the traditional method, but you'll see how similar it is. I always go to my ones place first, and I'm going to add those up. So first I always start with the biggest number, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I got 11, but I can't have a 2-digit number here. I only can have 1 digit here. So only 0 through 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, the ones place, it's going to go down, and I'm going to put the 1 there. And this is really 110. So that the tens place, I'm going to have it go up and put it here. Okay. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to add up the digits in the tens place. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 again. So I got 11. I like to put them over here. So the ones place goes down, and the tens place again goes up. Okay, of this number. Okay. And now all I do is count the hundreds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see I got the same thing, and I kind of did the same thing with each method. I always went to my ones place. I made sure there only could be up to 9 here, and now we know why, because it has to be a 1-digit number. It can't be 2 digits. Okay. Then I went to my tens house, and the same thing applied. It only could have 1 digit, not 2. So then I just regrouped, and the hundreds too. So it's kind of cool. All right, now I'm going to try to do the subtraction problem. All right, now I'm going to do a subtraction problem. Now a subtraction problem is a little trickier because you have to know this is the amount you have. You don't have this amount. This is what you're taking away from this. So to show or to remind myself of the sign here, because you always have to look at the sign, I just put what I like to call a magnifying glass here. Okay, to remind me that that's the number I'm looking at. So I'm going to only make this number with my base 10 blocks. So I'm going to start with base 10 blocks, and then I'll go on to the other two methods. So I do 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 1 1. Now, what they want me to do is they want me to take away. So I always, just like with addition, I start in the ones house, and I'm going to take away 7. So I go to the ones house and I try to take away 7. Wait, I only have 1. So I need to regroup. I need to go and borrow some from the tens house. So I'm going to take this 110, and I'm going to, let's say I just break it apart or decompose this into 10 ones. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones, okay? So I'm taking this, which is basically, if you look at this, this is basically just one of these base 10 blocks here. It's exactly the same, and all I'm doing is cutting it up basically and changing it into a 1. So I still have the same number. I still have 231. Okay, so I've regrouped. But now, since I've regrouped, I can take away the 7. So I'm going to take away 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and now I'm left with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm finished with the ones house. Now I'm going to go to the tens house. Now it tells me I need to take away 6 tens, but again I can't take away 6 tens, I only have 2. So I need to go to the hundreds house, and I need to cut this up into 10 ones. So 1, 2, 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just taking this 100 and I'm converting it into 10 tens. It's like I'm making change. Now that I've done that, now I can take away 6 tens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I took those away. And now I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens. And now it says I have to go to the hundreds house and I have to take away 100. And I take away 100 and I've got my number. Okay. But let's say again, you don't have these beautiful base 10 blocks. You're just at home. You don't even have this. You don't want to draw it because you just want to finish your math. All we have to do is draw a place value chart. It's really fun to draw the place value chart. Like I said, you'll be using this even when you go into 4th grade. It'll just be more of the place value chart. So might as well start getting to know this one. So we have the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds. Now this is different than addition. The only thing I'm going to draw here when I do sticks and dots is the top number because that's what I have. This is what I'm taking away. So I'm going to draw 231. So again, I know that this is 100 and I represent that in my drawing with 1, 2 flats. Okay. 30 right here, which is 3 of these. 3 tens look like sticks to me, so I'm going to draw 3 sticks. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 1. This is a 1, but I don't want it to look like that, so I'm going to make it look like a dot. Again, this is called sticks and dots, and it's a great way to draw or model what you're doing if you don't have manipulatives. So this is what I have. I have 231. So now I go to the ones house and it says I need to take away 7. But I can't take away 7 because I only have 1. So I'm going to go next door and I'm going to take this 10 and I'm going to convert it into 10 ones or 10 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is gone now because I moved it over here. Now I can take away 7 ones. So I'm going to use the one I have up here because I always forget about it if I don't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Now I'm going to go to the tens house. It says take away 6. I can't take away 6 tens, so I have to go to the hundreds, and I know 100 is equal to 10 tens, so I'm going to change this 100 into 10 tens. So, or 10 sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that I've done that, this is gone because now it's over here, and I can take away 6 sticks. Remember, I'm going to go up here too because I always forget about the ones on the top. So I start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm left with this many sticks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 sticks or 6 tens. And now I have to go to the 100 spot and it says to take away 100. Well, that's 100. So look, I have no hundreds. So the answer again is 64. Well, let's say you want to do this the traditional way. Again, I always draw the place value chart. You just find it's kind of more fun. It makes it look like a picture. Ones, tens, hundreds. Now for this, I'm going to put 231. And I'm also going to put the 167 because I don't have the nice manipulatives to show me taking away. Okay. So I remember with this is what I have and this is what I'm taking away. So I say to myself, I have 1, can I take away 7? Now, a lot of people put 6 here, but that's not the correct answer. You can't just say, I've got 1 and 7, so that's 6. You have 1. You can't take away 7. So what you need to do is go next door. So you're going to regroup. You're going to be left with 2 10s. So you go next door and grab 10 more. So I grabbed a 10, right? Because 1 plus 2 is 3 10s. But now I can subtract. So I have 11, take away 7. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So I know that's 4. Now I'm going to go to the tens house. I have 2 10s. Can I take away 6? No, I need to borrow. So I'm going to go next door and grab 10 more. So now I have 12 10s, and I'm going to take away 6. So I go 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So I have 6. And then I have 1, and I take away 1, and I've got 0. But you can see I got the same answer. So 3 different strategies to solve the same problem. I hope one of them works well for you. Thanks. Bye.